Hey, what's up, guys? Jamie here. I just came back from a gym play. I won't mention the gymnastics place where my daughter's 10. And I had to go there because my wife called my mother-in-law, my other daughter, my 10-year-old daughter, and they're like, the coach kicked Sophia, the little one. And I was like, what? And, they're all worked up and they're talking about it. So in my head, I thought it's got to be an over-exaggeration. Regardless, I'm going to address it. But I don't think it's like the coach, male or female, kicked a 7-year-old girl and said, like, get out there, get moving. You're too slow. That's how it was expressed to me, right? That she got kicked. And in my head, I played a lot of sports when I was younger, and I thought when I was playing football, I remember the coach slapping me on the behind, going like, "Get out there, Benty! Come on, boy, get out there!" And just not to that extent, but just meaning like it's just kind of a thing, right? So I was like, he or she probably just like gave her a little tap and was doing something comical. Probably, hopefully, maybe it was just a thing that's not as bad as they made it sound. Anyway, I'm bringing this up because I'm on the way back, and I'm going to talk about how I sold all my crypto. And something that's very harmless. I don't know if Sam Bankman-Fried, that's his name. I don't have any money on FTX, but that guy is all over the news, right? He's everywhere. And I don't know if he's a crook. I don't know if what he did was it like, something corruptible, like where he was like trying to beat people. He's probably doing some stuff he shouldn't have been doing, regardless of how this is going to play out. But, it's unfortunate because it affects everybody. Sometimes something done inadvertently turns into be a much bigger, problem. On that scale, they're dealing with billions of dollars, and whatever they did, all this I'm sorry's and I messed up really doesn't do any good. The damage is done. The implications are there. His name is wrecked, right? Like, here's a guy who is 30 years old, right? I think he's 30 years old, who became one of the youngest billionaires, I think, ever. And just as fast as he rose is as fast as he's fallen. And it's too bad because how it affects all these other, these other coins, like, and it affects like Bitcoin, it affects Ethereum, it affects all these other coins, these other projects and things. Now, I invest 5% of my money into cryptocurrencies because to me it's just another hedge of diversification of saying, hey, maybe Bitcoin goes back up to 60, 70 grand. Maybe Ethereum will go to 10 grand. I don't know exactly what the future holds for cryptocurrencies, but I thought it was worth investing a small amount of money into. But this kind of thing derails that, and that's why I sold all my Bitcoin, I did sell all my Bitcoin. I sold all my cryptocurrencies in general, my Avalanche, my Polkadot, my Matic, Polygon. I sold my Solana, my Cardano, I think that's how you say it, Cardano. I sold my Sheeb coins, my Doge coins, which I didn't really have any left. I already sold those, so it's not even worth mentioning. I already sold the Doge coins, but I had 100 million Shiba coins, and I sold all those. And I sold the Ethereum, Bitcoin. I sold everything. So other than XRP, I will say I kept my XRP, and I feel okay with Coinbase because Brian Armstrong got on some interview recently when all this stuff, which he should. I think that was the right thing to do, get in front of it and just talk about how Coinbase isn't like a lot of these other exchanges where he is here in the US. He's not offshore somewhere. He's not out of the country. He's regulated. He's a publicly traded company, or Coinbase is. I had a membership for $30 a month, and it comes. One of the things I liked about it is it came with $1 million worth of protection. I don't have $1 million of cryptocurrency, but I did have a good bit, and I would rather take that money and use it for other things. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at like these. With the stuff going on with the recession, the stuff going on with inflation, with all the other geopolitical events happening, right? And then you throw in this, they're calling it a black swan event with wow, that was crazy. There's some guy drag racing up there, but you throw in the black swan event with the FTX, and probably one of the biggest effects on the market ever, the crypto space, I would think, or at least a major one besides the stuff that happened with those other companies. It's going to affect the trend for quite a while, I would think, at least for several months. So why would I hold a Bitcoin at 20,000? Right, when it went to 15 and possibly will go back down to 12 or 10, or there's some people saying even less. I don't know, right? So I would rather say, all right, let me take my Bitcoin out for 20 grand and see if I can put it to work for me somewhere else while this other stuff plays out. I'm not going to dollar cost average it. You can. I'm going to just wait until it gets down into that range, if it does. And I believe it will, and I'm okay if it doesn't, because you have to do something, right? Whether you're right or wrong, you can't just be indecisive and live in fear. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? Let me ask 100 people. No, you gather the data, you try to get good data, and then you think about it, and then you apply it. Then you're like, okay, let me make a decision, right? I gotta execute now. So I sold all of my cryptocurrency other than XRP, I'll admit, other than XRP. And Kim, I meant to say April, Kim's your last name. I went and I just got an Impossible Burger. It was pretty good. Yeah. So I was like, I wonder if she's still there.
Yeah, I'm still here. I need a nap. I've been here so long. I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, thanks for the recommendation. Okay, so somebody recommended an Impossible Burger for me because they said there's no meat. I'm trying to go completely vegan, or I don't know what you call it, vegetarian. I'm working on it. I'm not there yet, but a customer told me that. Try the Impossible Burger. So whatever decision that you make, you might be right or wrong, but you gotta make sure that the data you've collected, you're like, I think with the information I have, it's like a jury, making a decision. They're not always right, but with the facts that they're provided and the information, they got to make a decision. They have to come up with a judgment, a ruling, as they will. So that's it. So to wrap up my story with my daughter, I went to see the guy face to face, not because I'm a tough guy, because I wanted to scare him or get beat up, but that's how I know I've gotten older. And I thought, let me go talk to the person face to face, address it, and let them know I don't want them to do anything at all. Like, don't ever put your hands on my child, right? And for whatever reason. And it was what I thought. The gentleman did say, I'm like, there was a person, and he was like, he was like horrified. He's like, I was just like doing like a little, hey, get in there, slow poke. And I'm sure it was a harmless thing. And I could tell, at least from what I could gather, from his reaction and just the whole vibe of the place, it didn't seem like there was anything bad going there. But we addressed it. But instead of me going there, banging my fist, where is this person? Right? And making a big drama show and making a big scene. That's what I used to do when I was younger, is I'd get emotional and just act. So whatever you're going through right now with this, if this FTX thing is affecting you and your investment. I mean, if you're in there and your money's trapped, I mean, I'm very sorry for that. And it must be a sucky feeling to be there. But if you are potentially going to get into a situation like that, it's either in ignorance, you had no idea, or you kind of knew the risks, and hopefully that money that you had in there, you were willing, or to lose. And never going to feel good. I don't ever feel good losing any money, but I'm okay with it. I'm usually like, okay, I can live with this because like if I have money in Tesla, and I have tens of thousands of dollars from my money, which some people have millions of dollars, right? But I'm like, if Tesla falls apart, it would suck, right? But I'm like, long term, I'm like, I believe in the company and everything it's doing. But it could happen, right? Things could happen that are unexpected. So we just try to be careful when we make these decisions. All right, I'm going to get back in here. I'll see you guys next video. See ya.